They were once close friends, political allies, with the ambition to reform America, America first. But today, Elon Musk ripped into Trump by saying Trump is on the Epstein file. Just a few words on X, but it was like a bomb that shook American politics and exploded world opinion. What is Musk holding on to, and why did he choose this moment to denounce Trump? Will the statement change the game of American power? Let's find out in the video. Elon Musk and Donald Trump profile, from handshake to crack. A tech billionaire dares to challenge the traditional auto industry. A president willing to overturn every political norm. In 2017, shortly after Donald Trump took office as U.S. president, Elon Musk was invited to join the White House Council of Economic Advisors and the Manufacturing Council. Images of the two shaking hands and exchanging pleasantries in the Oval Office quickly spread across the media. Trump viewed Musk as a symbol of the modern American dream. Musk took the opportunity to advocate for electric vehicles, space technology, and manufacturing support policies. Together, they painted a message of "Make America Great Again" with the color of innovation. But just 5 months later, in June 2017, Musk suddenly announced that he was leaving both councils, protesting Trump's withdrawal from the Paris Agreement. Climate change is real. Leaving Paris is not in the best interests of America or the world. This was the first public rift, transforming them from allies to a state of both cooperation and caution. From 2018 to 2020, their relationship was hot and cold. Musk sometimes praised Trump for his tax cuts and manufacturing support, but he also publicly criticized his decisions on immigration and tariffs on China. During the 2020 re-election campaign, Musk neither publicly supported nor strongly opposed him. In 2022, Musk bought Twitter, later renamed X, and restored Trump's account, which had been locked after the January 6 incident. Trump silently thanked him, but the political world understood Musk now controlled a platform that could shape public opinion, something Trump once considered his greatest advantage. The turning point in their relationship came in 2024, when Elon Musk suddenly switched to supporting Trump in the run-up to the 2024 presidential election. On July 13, 2024, just seconds after the attempted assassination of Mr. Trump at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, billionaire Musk publicly endorsed Mr. Trump on X, writing, "I fully support President Trump and hope he recovers soon." This marked the beginning of an ambitious alliance. Elon Musk, with his huge fortune and influence on social media, spent nearly $300 million to support the election campaigns of Mr. Trump and other Republican candidates. He appeared regularly with President Trump, from events at Mar-a-Lago to cabinet meetings at the White House. Elon even gave Mr. Trump a tour of SpaceX's control center before the launch of the Starship rocket in November 2024. Just a few weeks later, Trump publicly thanked Musk and surprisingly invited him to join the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. This is a new organization created by Trump, described as a lean group of leading experts and entrepreneurs to review and cut federal programs deemed wasteful. As a special government employee, he leads the government reform project DOGE, with the goal of cutting $2.000 billion in federal spending. Trump once praised Musk as one of the world's greatest business leaders and innovators at a press conference at the White House on May 30th, when Musk ended his work at DOGE. The two seemed to share a vision for a stronger America, with Trump relying on political power and Elon Musk providing financial resources and new technological thinking. Musk and Trump appeared at the same fundraiser in Palm Beach, Florida, shaking hands and exchanging words on stage. Both criticized the traditional political elite and pledged to clean up Washington if Trump is re-elected. However, just a few months after the noisy reunion by early 2025, their relationship entered a storm. In May, when Elon Musk left DOGE, tensions began to surface. Musk publicly expressed his frustration with the state of bureaucracy in Washington, saying it was much worse than I thought, and calling government reform an uphill battle. While President Trump tried to maintain a positive image, claiming that Elon Musk was not really leaving and would remain a friend and advisor, policy disagreements pushed them to the brink. The conflict erupted on June 5th, when Musk publicly criticized Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill. The bill, one of Trump's top priorities, includes $1.6 trillion in federal spending cuts and massive tax cuts. But the Congressional Budget Office (CBO) estimates it will increase the deficit by $2.4 trillion over the next decade. Musk called the bill an abomination and a massive spending binge. He criticized it for being rushed through without anyone reading it. He even threatened to fight any Republican lawmakers who support it. Trump did not respond directly, but in a speech in Ohio, he mocked billionaires who think they understand politics because they are good at making money, which everyone understood was aimed at Musk. Without further ado, Elon Musk announced to his millions of followers on X, he will form the America Party, a new party that will declassify all the Epstein files. He called it the key to restoring people's trust in government, but everyone knew it was a direct challenge aimed directly at Donald Trump. The global media exploded. Talk shows, podcasts, primetime news, all focused on a single question: was Musk revealing the truth, or was he playing the most dangerous game of his life? The dispute quickly moved beyond policy to become a personal battle. Epstein files bombshell. Elon Musk names Trump in filings. One sentence on X, the whole American political arena shook. On June 5, 2025, Elon Musk publicly wrote, "Time to drop the really big bomb at real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public." That statement not only broke all doubts about the conflict between the two most powerful men in America, but also brought the ghost, Jeffrey Epstein, back to the center of the storm. The tweet went viral, and the Daily Beast called it a sparkling moment that set off a public battle between the two powerful figures. Musk deleted the tweet within 48 hours, but the heat was still on with the media and the public demanding answers. Musk's accusation marked a turning point as the conflict shifted from policy to personal attacks. The Epstein files are a collection of Justice Department and FBI investigative documents related to Jeffrey Epstein, including court records, flight logs, guest lists, correspondence, and physical evidence. Many of the documents have been released under censorship, but a large portion remains sealed. Fact-checked. A source from Times of India confirmed Musk did not fabricate Trump's information appearing in the Epstein files, was secretly informed to Trump by Attorney General Pam Bondi in May 2025. Elon Musk's tweet on June 5, 2025, was more than just a personal statement. It had a seismic political impact. In less than an hour, the keywords #Epstein files Trump and #Musk climbed to the top of global trends on X. American media from Newsweek, Washington Post, to the Daily Beast ran headlines analyzing every word Musk wrote. Trump's side strikes back the White House, and Trump's campaign immediately went into counterattack mode. On Truth Social, he posted a short status "crazy," implying that Musk had lost his mind or become obsessed. Trump claimed he had asked Musk to leave the administration before Musk criticized the super bill. He also mocked the bruise on Musk's face accidentally caused by Musk's son, asking why Musk didn't use makeup to cover it up. The social media war sent shockwaves through the markets. Tesla shares fell 14%, wiping out $152 billion in market value, while Trump Media Truth Social's parent company fell 8%. By the end of June 5th, Elon Musk seemed to have cooled down the tension when he responded to a user of the X network, agreeing that both should calm down and withdraw the intention to stop SpaceX's Dragon spacecraft. But Trump continued to criticize Musk internally, even considering selling his Tesla. By June 6th, the two had taken a break from public attacks, but there was no sign of reconciliation. A White House official said Trump had no intention of speaking to Musk at this time. Within 24 hours, Trump aides Jason Miller, a communications advisor, and Katrina Pearson, a campaign strategist, appeared on Fox News Newsmax and conservative talk shows, accusing Musk of playing dirty tricks to divide the right, and suggesting that this was part of a plan to pave the way for the America Party, the new party Musk had just unveiled. Miller quipped, "If Mr. Musk has evidence, he should make it public immediately, instead of playing hide-and-seek on social media." Musk did not back down. In subsequent X posts, he called for the declassification of the Epstein files, stressing, "If the government continues to hide it, the public will lose faith in any institution." Musk's position as both the owner of Platform X and the accuser makes his message exponentially more pervasive. Each of Musk's posts is not only read by millions of people, but also retweeted, analyzed, and discussed across every media outlet. Experts say this is a double psychological blow, forcing Trump to either make the records public, risking political risks, or continue to delay under constant public pressure. The bombshell has completely torn the Musk-Trump relationship apart, turning them from allies into open adversaries. In the long run, it has also set a precedent. No one, not even the former president, is immune to Epstein allegations if evidence exists. A new far-right front could be further divided if Musk's America Party does indeed come to fruition. In a ripple effect, independent journalists and investigative organizations will continue to dig into the Epstein files, especially after new photos and documents from the New York Times. Musk's tweet turned a policy conflict into a political battle of life and death, where the Epstein files became more than just court records, but a strategic weapon in the hands of a tech billionaire determined to confront America's most powerful president. Why did Elon Musk drop the Epstein files bombshell at this time? The cause is deeper than personal conflict. First, economic conflicts of interest. One of the main reasons for the above incident is economic conflicts of interest. Musk's companies, especially Tesla and SpaceX, are heavily dependent on federal contracts and subsidies. Musk's companies have received at least $38 billion in government support over the past 2 decades, according to the Washington Post. Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill would cut the $7.500 tax credit for electric vehicle buyers and subsidies for charging stations, a direct hit to Tesla's bottom line. Worse, Trump has hinted at cutting defense contracts for SpaceX, the company that is currently the only way to ferry American astronauts to the International Space Station. Musk's objections aren't just about his wallet. He argues that Trump's $2.4 trillion deficit bill is unsustainable and goes against Doge's stated goal of cutting spending. This suggests that Musk, while self-serving, is also concerned about the long-term economic impact of Trump's policies. Second, too big of an ego and different vision. Both Trump and Musk are known for their big egos and assertive leadership styles. Donald Trump, as president, wants to consolidate power and pass policies that bear his personal stamp. Elon Musk, as an advisor and donor, wants to shape policies according to his technological vision, such as promoting green energy and reducing government spending. When Trump fails to meet Musk's expectations, especially with a bill that Musk considers wasteful, conflict becomes inevitable. Moreover, Elon Musk has a history of escaping scandals thanks to his sharp instincts and ability to navigate public opinion. His public criticism of President Donald Trump, even proposing the creation of a new political party, representing the 80% of the middle, shows that he is willing to confront to protect his image and interests. Third, the context of systemic crisis. The spat comes as the United States is reeling. The economy is heading into recession, with real GDP falling 0.3% in the first quarter of 2025. Consumer confidence is at a 12-year low. Trump's tariffs, especially on China, Canada, and Mexico, are expected to cause the biggest trade shock ever, driving up inflation and hurting export-dependent states. The federal debt has reached $36 trillion, with the 2025 budget deficit forecast to hit $839 billion, putting enormous pressure on the Trump administration. In addition, political unrest has increased with protests over cuts to veterans' healthcare programs, international tensions related to Ukraine, the Middle East, and East Asia. The Trump-Musk war of words is therefore not just a personal quarrel, but also a manifestation of deep tensions in American society and politics. The tumultuous breakup between Elon Musk and Donald Trump was more than just a clash of egos. It was a political and economic explosion, sending shockwaves from Wall Street to the corridors of power in Washington and even onto the international stage. The consequences of the rift between Elon Musk and President Trump. The economy is the first victim of the power explosion. The personal conflict had an immediate impact on the market, shaking Wall Street immediately. Tesla shares fell 14% on June 5th. Musk lost $20 billion in personal assets. Trump media was also affected, with shares falling 8%. However, by June 6th, Tesla shares recovered slightly, up 3.7%, showing that the market was trying to stabilize. However, if Mr. Trump carries out his threat to terminate the contract with SpaceX, the consequences could be more serious, affecting the U.S. space program and national security. Not only the economy, politics is also deeply affected by the breakup between the technology billionaire and the U.S. president. The spat between Mr. Trump and Mr. Musk appears to be weakening the Republican coalition. Elon Musk, as the party's biggest donor, could pull $100 million in pledges for the 2026 midterm elections. In particular, his proposal to form a new party could divide conservative voters, especially young men and techies who have been drawn to Musk. Meanwhile, Mr. Trump faces pressure from allies in Congress, with some senators like John Kennedy and Mark Wayne Mullen refusing to take sides in the dispute. International observers say the row is a warning about the fragility of political alliances based on personal interests. It also shows the challenges Mr. Trump will face in implementing his reform commitments. Although Mr. Trump and Elon Musk once shared the goal of making America great again, differences in vision and interests have prevented them from getting along. Moreover, this incident highlights America's dependence on individuals like Musk, with companies like SpaceX playing an indispensable role in national security and space. The spat between Mr. Trump and Mr. Musk was a symbolic event reflecting not only the personal conflict between two powerful men, but also systemic problems in American politics and economics. Once an ambitious alliance, the relationship seems to have collapsed due to conflicts of interest, oversized egos, and a larger crisis. The social media war may have a media lull, but the consequences will be long-lasting. In the market, investor confidence in both men and their businesses has been shaken. Politically, this rift could reshape the balance of power, especially if Musk does indeed enter the political arena with a new party. This is not just a verbal spat, but a political and economic earthquake, leaving aftershocks from Wall Street to the White House. Why would Musk be so sure that Trump was on Epstein's file? Of course, coming out doesn't mean being charged, but Trump's past friendship with Epstein adds to the story. Trump in the Epstein files. Evidence and unanswered questions. According to the Wall Street Journal, during a meeting at the White House in May 2025, Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi and Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche informed Trump that his name appeared multiple times in Jeffrey Epstein's files. Trump's name was listed in Epstein's contact book, often called the Black Book. Although listed, the contact information next to his name was redacted. In the Phase 1 portion of the documents declassified earlier this year, Trump's name appeared 9 times, including in contact books and flight logs, and in some documents collected at Epstein's properties. According to Bloomberg, during the processing of the files under FOIA, the FBI redacted Trump's name in several passages, which was done because Trump was a private citizen when the investigation began to avoid invading his privacy, although his name still appeared in the original files. Trump, however, has denied any connection. He has urged the public to forget about Epstein and called the allegations a political scam cooked up by the Democrats. The relationship between Trump and Epstein was described as close and intimate from the late 1980s to the early 2000s. Epstein was described as a night companion, often appearing with Trump at Mar-a-Lago or at social events in Palm Beach. Trump once said, "I've known Jeff for 15 years. He's a wonderful, fun guy. Likes beautiful women, usually young." Epstein also claimed, "I was Donald's best friend for 10 years. However, the relationship fell apart in the early 2000s, when Trump outbid Epstein to buy a property in Palm Beach. Trump later kicked Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago because Epstein stole workers from his spa. After Musk tweeted that Trump was part of the Epstein case, Trump quickly fired back, calling the story fake and refusing to mention it again. In a later post, he denounced the content as a hoax created by Democrats. The U.S. House of Representatives, under the leadership of Chairman James Comer, has issued a subpoena forcing the DOJ to submit documents related to the Epstein case and celebrities such as Trump Clinton. At the same time, Ghislaine Maxwell also shared information with the help of the DOJ, causing public opinion to suspect whether there was political interference in the Epstein case. Elon Musk's tweet seemed to be enough to heat up the political atmosphere, but then another media bomb exploded. The New York Times released a series of never-before-seen documents and photos revealing the secrets inside Jeffrey Epstein's luxurious Devil's Nest on the Upper East Side. The New York Times publishes photos and top-secret files inside the Upper East Side Devil's Nest. In early August 2025, the New York Times unexpectedly released a media bomb, a series of never-before-seen documents about Jeffrey Epstein. The most prominent of these were the photos hung solemnly in the 7-story mansion in Manhattan, which was once considered his headquarters of power and mystery. On the wood-paneled walls, Epstein is pictured standing next to names at the pinnacle of politics and culture. Donald Trump, Melania Trump, Bill Clinton, Elon Musk, Pope John Paul II, rock legend Mick Jagger, and even Cuban leader Fidel Castro. Next to it is a $1 bill signed by Bill Gates with a handwritten note that says, "I was wrong." In another frame, a photo taken in 2000 shows Trump and Melania with Epstein, but strangely this photo is displayed in a cropped version revealing only part of the original composition. The bizarre details were quickly picked up by Time, the New York Post, and other major newspapers based on files and photos obtained by the Times. In Epstein's world, these were more than just decorations. They were visual power profiles, a silent declaration that he not only knew, but stood alongside people with global influence. We've seen this scenario before. Bill Gates had to publicly admit to a big mistake after the media exposed photos and details of meetings with Epstein. Prince Andrew was largely erased from royal and public life. And Bill Richardson, the former governor of New Mexico who has always denied the allegations, is still closely linked to Epstein whenever old photos or documents are resurfaced. The question that has been puzzling the public is, why is Elon Musk in a photo at Epstein's house? Musk was previously photographed standing next to Ghislaine Maxwell at the 2014 Vanity Fair Oscars party, a photo taken by Kevin Mazur. Musk explained that it was just accidentally standing in the same frame. This detail is not enough to confirm a close relationship, but it is a confirmed touchpoint. Therefore, Epstein hanging a photo with Musk seems more in line with his collector of people style than an inexplicable anomaly. So what makes this new series of photos and letters so shocking right now? Throughout the campaign, Trump repeatedly said he would declassify the Epstein files. But the core has yet to emerge, leaving some MAGA voters impatient and raising political pressure. The Guardian notes he has asked the Justice Department to release the grand jury transcripts, but the bulk of the documents remain in the FBI DOJ custody and are being sued for release. Legal pressure goes hand in hand, tightening the information siege. A series of FOIA lawsuits and moves to urge the release of documents create a pincer. If the White House delays, it will be accused of evasion. If it releases half-heartedly, it will be accused of deception. The Guardian shows that lawsuits can force the release of part of the records, although many areas are still entangled in investigative secrecy. Maximum politicization, minimum advantage. The series of photos and letters do not indict anyone but are timely and point out weaknesses. It turns Trump's promise to declassify the Epstein files into a test of credibility. And amid the chaos and doubt, Musk made a bold move announcing a political strategy called America Party. Political Strategy of America Party. On July 14, 2025, during a live stream lasting more than 2 hours on the X platform, Elon Musk, who had just shaken up American politics with his tweet "Trump is on Epstein's file," made a new statement that almost exploded public opinion. He was preparing to form a new political party called the America Party. This is not a joke or a temporary PR stunt. In the statement, Musk said bluntly, "If the government keeps secrets, public trust will collapse, and I will do everything I can to bring the most dangerous secrets to light, starting with the Epstein files." From its very beginning, Musk positioned the America Party as a political tool to break down the wall of silence surrounding the Epstein case. Its core focus was to force the government to declassify the entire Epstein files, a collection of documents including court records, flight logs, guest lists, and correspondence related to Jeffrey Epstein's network of connections. Musk has declared that his party will make the public's right to know a pillar of its platform, a commitment to absolute transparency in criminal records, an anti-privilege campaign removing the legal shield for elites, and a reform of the mainstream media, which Musk calls a truth machine. For Musk, this is not just a moral issue. He has turned it into a direct declaration of war against both major parties, which have been accused of being mutually silent about the powerful names in the Epstein case. Musk's choice of slogan was not random. He emphasized, "If the government keeps secrets, public trust will collapse." This message resonates with millions of American voters who are tired of the ambiguity of traditional politics. With trust in the federal government at just 16%, Pew Research, May 2025, Musk's message is key to mobilizing emotion and anger. He also cleverly positioned himself as an outsider, a tech billionaire, who owes no favors to the party and dares to confront the old power apparatus. This strategy helps him reach two important groups of voters: young independents frustrated with the two major parties looking for a non-traditional option, disaffected conservatives former Trump supporters but losing faith after the scandals. The potential impact of the America Party, a threat to both Republicans and Democrats. If the America Party takes shape, it will pose a direct threat to the bipartisanship of the United States. If Musk wins just 5 to 10% of the popular vote in battleground states, the 2028 election balance could be tipped. For Republicans, Musk could pull away some of the younger voters' tech entrepreneurs and especially middle-class men that Trump and his successors desperately need to win. For Democrats, while less dangerous, Musk's transparency and anti-privilege message still has appeal to progressives disaffected by the party's leadership's failure to fully declassify the Epstein dossier. In addition, Musk possesses something that few politicians have: a global media platform at his disposal called X. This allows him to bypass traditional media filters and speak directly to hundreds of millions of people without fear of being cut off. However, Musk's political path will not be paved with roses. Musk faces risks and vigilance from all sides. Immediately after the announcement, strategists from both major parties immediately warned that the American Party could split votes in battleground states, causing the election results to fall into the hands of the opposition against their will. Several unnamed Republican senators told Politico Musk is not just a threat to Trump. He is a time bomb to our entire system. Democrats are skeptical, considering this a branding ploy for Musk to exert political pressure or protect his economic interests, especially when Tesla and SpaceX are facing policy changes from the White House. Musk also faces the risk of personal attacks. His name appearing in photos at Epstein's home has led some commentators to question the true motives behind his calls for transparency. Critics say he is using the Epstein case as a political weapon rather than a pure fight for justice. Risky move or strategic move? For his supporters, the America Party is proof that Musk is not just talk, but action, willing to trade his business status for political gain. For his detractors, it is a risky move that could destroy both his business empire and his public image. But no matter which side you're on, there's no denying the immediate impact Musk has had. In the 72 hours since his announcement, the hashtag #AmericaParty has been viewed more than 400 million times on X, and political commentary shows from Fox News to MSNBC have devoted time to it. And if Musk puts his words into action, filing party papers, starting a campaign fund, and most importantly, releasing a list of candidates for Congress, the America Party will be more than just an idea. It will be a new political force centered on the Epstein scandal and its promise to tear away the veil of secrecy from the powerful. To this day, the Epstein files remain a tightly locked secret, and Donald Trump, despite his vehement denials, has been unable to erase the fact that his name appeared in them. Elon Musk only needed one tweet to drop this bombshell into the middle of the political battlefield, leaving the entire United States holding its breath. The question now is no longer is Trump in the dossier, but what will those dossiers reveal, and who will be named next? If the documents are declassified, the earthquake could shake not just a president's career, but the very foundations of Washington's power. And once the wheels are in motion, there will be no turning back for Trump, for Musk, and for anyone else who has ever set foot in Jeffrey Epstein's world.
All data, analysis, and commentary in this video are presented based on information available at the time of production. The content is subject to change over time and should not be considered a definitive forecast.
What are your thoughts after watching? Share them in the comments, and if the content brought you value, don't forget to like this video and subscribe.